Okay, so here is a growl bass. Honestly, when you want to make nice, growly and very deep sounding growls, most of the times the process is that really matters. So the source sound should be great, but what really matters is the process. And to achieve that, you are going to need lots of filters. So let's start making this growl and choose one wavetable from Spectral, for example Monster 7. And the warping mode should be a band plus. Yeah, so this is how it sounds. Let's use a filter, actually a bandpass filter. And this will give some really nice deep tone to it. Yeah, as you can hear that. Okay, so in the effects, let's add the OTT like what we always do. So this way it will be a lot easier to work on the patch. So on LE41, let's make this shape and drop it on the wavetable position on oscillator. Also on the warping mode. Yeah, and basically that's it here. So let's go back to the FX and add the hyper dimension. Cool. Next, add a distortion. And we are going to use LE41 to hit the drive knob, because we want more distortion on the top of the module. Cool. Let's add the filter after the distortion in HP mode. And also drop LE41 onto it. So this will give some nice middle bass frequency energy basically onto it. So as you can hear, it just gave some really nice tone to the whole sound. Let's add an equalizer, and we are going to use that to, you know, boost those vowel-y kind of frequencies. So make a boost, a peak using LE41, dragging it back and forth. And a cut, and again using LE41, and this will create that vowel-y thing. Alright, it's cool, and next add the phaser to make the sound a little deeper and more growly. So we don't need any movement on it, but we only want to tweak the tone. Okay, and basically we are done. Let's add the vocoder. Now this is a really nice technique to shape your sound basically, and there is a mode in where we can use it as a modulator. So we don't have external modulator, and if you choose that, you can tweak the Formant knob, and that is again a very nice technique to deepen your sound. Yeah, that's it, but it generated some frequencies that I don't really like. So tweak the frequency range and use your pencil to cut out those frequencies, those harmonics that are too much. So basically I have a preset for this, so let me just drop onto it. It is a lot easier this way. Okay, nice. Now let's add the chorus, a human preset from the chorus. And that is really great because it will create some nice noise basically. And you know, very heavily crunched growl basses are very noisy, and that is a great way to add some more voices to it that will create the illusion of heavily distortion. So just pull back the feedback to avoid those long tails and play around with the rate and the amount to shape the chorus effect. Now add an OTT. And another human chorus effect. So as you can hear how different the sound is with and without the chorus effect. Okay, so I'm going to use an HP filter to add some articulation to it. So this is a common way to add articulation to growls basically. And that is very, very simple because all you need to do is, you know, modulate the cutoff with high resonance. But actually I don't want to do that manually because I love fully automated things. So I just want to push one button and I just want the full sound. So I don't want to waste my time like drawing in the automation curves and stuff. And this is why I love the Max for Live envelope. So you can find it in the Max for Live folder, and in the MIDI effects there is a envelope. Let's drop it before Serum and map it to the frequency of the cutoff. So right now the envelope is not set up well and the amount will be not good as well, so let's do that now. Let's just pull back the amount. And as you can hear, the sound turned into a lot more growly now. So this is already a really nice sound, but let's step it further and add an Ableton phaser to make it even deeper. And right now, here is the secret, here is a secret weapon. Now, for this growl, it won't make too much of a difference, but in other sounds in this drop, you are going to see that it can create like really crazy result. So to make it deeper, let's choose a grain delay. And do you know why? Because it has a built-in thing that is, you know, I just love it. So let's drop it after the OTT. Of course, you don't want to synchronize, so you want to kill the delay like the most you can. And of course, what you want to do here is pull back the pitch. That is a crazy good thing. So for example, -5. Crazy good, huh? Okay, let's add another grain delay by just duplicating this. As I told you, it doesn't make too much of a difference, but I think it sounds great now. So let's add another OTT. If you play around with the time knob here, it will just tweak all the attack and the release time on every band. That will result in losing your effect tails, those noises that the heavy compression creates and pulls up. Or if you pull it back, you make it even more aggressive. You know, those noise tails, you make those noises more aggressive. So if you want to lose it, just crank up the time. If you want to increase those noise tails, pull it back. And this is why I'm pulling it up. Okay, maybe if you want, you can add more OTTs. Okay, and an EQ after the whole thing. Of course, like cutting up the very lows and tweaking those middle bass frequencies that can be really annoying. Okay, this can be an interesting thing. You know what? Let's add another envelope. And let's play around with this EQ. So let's map this EQ gain to it. Okay, this sound turned out pretty nice, but let's add some more highs to it basically. Okay, and as a final effect, a saturator, just to, you know, crunch it. Okay, so this is going to be our sound for the Growl. If we want, we can make some nice sub to it later, but right now it will be fine. So let's call it Growl. And what I want to do is resample it. But first let's make a group and let's call it basses. Making a new audio track like resampled basses. And let's drop the Growl to it. Okay, so here is the bass. Here is the Growl bass. And what I want to do is just use a very short part of that. For example, from the end. And let's just fade it in so it won't collapse with the drums. If it is too much, I don't want to use a noise tail. Yeah, something like that will be cool. Okay, so this was a Growl bass, and in the next video we are making another really heavy bass.